Prior to helming big-budget superhero flicks, James Gunn faced his biggest challenge in one indie superhero movie. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. The MCU has a history of hiring relatively unknown directors for its movies, which seemingly reflects the studio's adamancy to control its filmmakers. But this wasn't the case with James Gunn, who was brought on board to helm a movie about Guardians of the Galaxy, which, like Gunn, was relatively unknown in the mainstream landscape. While the scale of the movie was miles above Gunn's indie superhero flick, Super, surprisingly, the director was much more comfortable filming the huge-budget Marvel movie. In contrast to the MCU's alleged controlling approach, James Gunn had total creative freedom under Kevin Feige's leadership from the get-go. Although this might have to do with the Guardians' relatively unknown status in the mainstream landscape, Gunn succeeded in transforming them into household names, thus kickstarting his dominance in the CBM scene. Moreover, the MCU didn't shy away from giving the film a massive budget of $170 million. Still, despite the huge scale of Guardians of the Galaxy, which was uncharted territory for the director up to that point, the challenge was relatively easier than that of Super, which he deemed harrowing for its short window via Collider. We had to do like 50 setups a day, so it was just a harrowing, tough experience, and this is difficult, but it's because it's over such a long period of time. But on a day-to-day basis, it's actually a lot more. Using the word easy is not the greatest thing, but yeah, it's easier because you do have more time for the setups, you have more time for planning. Considering the director has continued to deliver critical and commercial hits with his superhero flicks since then, it's safe to assume that the adequate window for production is responsible for his consistent track record. Under his regime, Gunn is giving writers an adequate window to come up with the best storyline, which isn't surprising given his stature as a writer-director. Moreover, instead of following Marvel's approach, Gunn has been adamant about prioritizing writers, who are set to be the cornerstone of the new DCU, as no project will move forward without a finished script via Collider. There's no set timeline for anything. The one thing that I've tried to make clear to people from the beginning, in the way that I hope we're different, is that everything in DC is going to be based on the writers. Given how he has continued to mold himself to different challenges throughout his career, whether it be Super, Guardians, or the Suicide Squad, one can't help but admire Gunn's perseverance as a filmmaker. Amidst rumors of Josh Brolin being cast as the DCU's Darkseid, here are 5 other actors who are a better fit for James Gunn's reboot. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. James Gunn's DCU is officially underway, and it is high time a few casting choices are made for some key characters in the universe. The filmmaker and co-chief of DC Studios has maintained that no green light will be given for a project unless it has a solid script and seems to be giving time to set up solo films. However, all of them need to lead up to a huge villain. Josh Brolin, who played Thanos in the MCU, recently shared a fan art of himself in the design of Darkseid. This fueled the rumors that Brolin was still in talks with Gunn after he refused the offer to play Hal Jordan aka Green Lantern in the DCU. While casting Brolin as Darkseid, who is basically DC's Thanos, is not a good choice, there are other actors who fit the bill. The Spanish actor Javier Bardem definitely has the voice for Darkseid. The actor's thick, accented voice is menacing and can be grave when necessary. Bardem is an incredible actor who has played intense roles in films like No Country for Old Men, for which he earned the Oscar for Best Actor in a Supporting Role. He has been nominated 3 more times. In the film, he played Anton Chigurh, a hitman without remorse or conscience who is ready to kill any obstacle that comes his way. He is also twisted in a way that sometimes he just leaves it up to pure chance. Bardem nailed the menacing aspect of his psychopathy, and that is something he can tap into with Darkseid. The actor has featured in a number of blockbusters in the past few years, with his most noted role being Stilgar in the Dune films. While Josh Brolin circles around the role of Darkseid via CBR, James Gunn really ought to pick his Dune co-star instead. John Goodman may not look the part, but he certainly can voice Darkseid. The actor is best known as the voice behind Sully, the turquoise hairy monster in Pixar's Monsters, Incorporated. He has also performed on screen in various acclaimed films such as The Big Lebowski, Argo, Atomic Blonde, Barton Fink, Trumbo, and more. Goodman's USP is again his voice. The actor's drawl is iconic, and its booming quality would suit Darkseid very well. The actor has also voiced the Transformer Hound in Transformers, Age of Extinction and The Last Knight. He would be a welcome addition to James Gunn's DCU, especially as the voice behind Darkseid. Who better to play the agent of chaos and death than the former Hellboy himself? Ron Perlman is a man among dudes and exudes coolness whenever he pops up on screen. His screen presence is one of the biggest reasons why Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy films were such a hit, and he could bring in that same menacing quality to the DCU with Darkseid. Apart from the Hellboy films, he has also worked in Blade 2, Pacific Rim, Alien Resurrection, and Conan the Barbarian. He too has voiced a Transformer in Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Perlman has superhero experience and has the tenacity to embody Darkseid both physically, practical effects or mocap, and with his voice. The Irish actor may be ready to find and kill anyone in his way in the Taken series, and that is the exact kind of energy that the DCU would need with Darkseid. Skilled, menacing, and with royalty, Liam Neeson oozes a sophistication that fits the stature of the new god. Neeson's incredible voice is also a huge plus for the character. The actor has already played a DC villain, portraying Ra's al Ghul in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy. Neeson has the action film experience to pull off the physicality of Darkseid either through motion capture or by other means. Enough time has also passed since The Dark Knight Rises for him to embody another DC role. Keith David is one of the most prominent supporting actors in Hollywood. He has portrayed a number of roles in many acclaimed films. His signature quality is his recognizable, deep, and booming voice, which works best for the voice of Darkseid. David has played antagonistic roles before, and he could definitely pull off the new god with style. The actor has also voiced other DC roles before. He has portrayed Tobias Whale in Catwoman, Hunted, Dog-L in DC League of Super Pets, and the Center in Justice League: The New Frontier. James Gunn needs to scoop up Timothée Chalamet ASAP for his DCU, given his interest in playing one key character. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Timothée Chalamet is a pretty popular actor in Hollywood today. The actor has managed to cultivate quite the stardom around him, and James Gunn might be jumping with joy that the actor is keen on playing one DC character. Nightwing is probably going to be fully grown in the DCU, instead of playing Robin first. Timothée Chalamet is more than excited about the prospect of playing this character, but James Gunn needs to move fast if he wants to secure the actor for his franchise. Timothée Chalamet has the right build to play Nightwing, and the actor might not be above putting in the effort that would cause him to have a build like Dick Grayson's, who is very famously a gymnast. Fans are more than excited about this possibility. Even if the last time that the actor expressed interest in a superhero film was in 2018, and the actor is approaching 30 as of the writing of this article, he could still have a very promising role as Dick Grayson, if not in the Reevesverse, then the DCU. Despite being in his late 20s, the actor was able to play Paul Atreides, who was on the younger side, age-wise. He could definitely play an older Dick Grayson